I'm constantly surprised by what I hear. Field recording is basically any sound that's outside of a studio-controlled environment. It's listening to your environment and the world. My mum bought me a portable tape recorder for my 12th birthday. I was listening back in the garden one day and I pressed record instead of play. But I didn't realise for quite a few minutes. When I went back, I listened to it and I heard all these sounds that I hadn't heard before. And I perceived it as more interesting than some of the music that I was listening to. One of the fascinating things about field recording is that it's totally out of our control. Every time you listen, you're hearing something new. I record a lot with microphones that are a bit unusual, so contact microphones for resonance, hydrophones for liquids, coils for picking up electromagnetics, ultrasonics, geophones for infrasound. So I'm listening to sounds that we can't normally access with our ears, delving beneath surfaces, if you like. I work with durational listening and durational recording, so I very rarely record for less than 3 or 4 hours. I call it fifth order listening, where you've allowed the environment you're listening to impose itself on you. So for me, that's what it's about. It's about the listening. The fact that I can then press record and capture that is an added bonus. A contact microphone is a device that listens to sound as a resonance on surfaces, and it helps kind of just create these sounds that we perhaps don't notice, but they are there in our daily surroundings. What we're hearing is all of the sounds that we can hear around us, but filtered through this structure. For example, there seems to be a school or something nearby, and I can hear the children's voices, but they're obviously very muffled. So it gives them a different kind of resonance, really. And then just by gently tapping on the bars, you get a bell-like sound, very musical, very tonal. One of my key projects in my development as an artist was a series called Audible Silence, where I'm listening to architectural resonance. And that basically involved me getting access to spaces, often when they're close to the public or when there's not too many people about. So one, for example, was Tate Modern. I'm miking up the building, basically, using lots of contact microphones as well as conventional microphones. I never really go out specifically to record something, because I like not to arrive with an idea of what's there, because otherwise I'll end up listening for what I think is there. I want to be taken out of my comfort zone by what I hear. Allow the place to speak to me rather than me always know what's going to be there. And that unpredictability, to me, that's the excitement. That's why I keep listening. It's a constant adventure, if you like.